James, joined by actor and singer Sofia Carson. You may recognize her from the Disney Channel original movie Descendants, but she's got a bunch of projects, super busy lady.
Yes,
and first off, happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here in New York.
We're so glad you wanted to
you
spend a little bit of it with
us. Of course, my pleasure.
But are you doing anything fun to celebrate
Yes,
today?
I think I'm going to have dinner with my mom, who's also in town, whose birthday was on Saturday.
Right.
And just being in New York and is always so special.
And so you're based in LA.
Based in LA, yes.
So what do you love about New York? You've got the beautiful weather here today, too.
You know, there's something about New York. The energy is just like nothing in the world. And the shows, the food, there's something just kind of like contagious about New York.
Yeah. Well, we're happy to have you here.
Thank
Let's talk first about your hosting gig that you have coming up for the Radio Disney Music Awards on the Disney Channel. You're one of 5 hosts.
Yes.
You performed on the show last year.
Yes.
So what's different this year about hosting? What are you doing to prepare?
You know, the RDMAS have a really special place in my heart because it was my first red carpet that I ever walked and the first time that I ever performed on stage, live on TV last year with my single Love Is the Name. So to come back hosting is really exciting, and I'm excited to take the stage as a host. I've always wanted to host a show, and to be joined by Kelsey Ballerini, Jordan Fisher, Alex Iona, Jenna Ortega. It's going to be a really, really fun, amazing, amazing show.
So what can we expect for viewers who maybe aren't familiar with the Radio Disney Music Awards? What makes it different?
Yes, so the RDMAs are a show that celebrates music for families and for kids and teens everywhere, and it's so much fun. Last year we had performers like DNCE, like Haley Seinfeld. This year Haley comes back. We have Julia Michaels, Alessia Cara, Jordan Fisher. So many amazing performances. Britney Spears is being honored as the Icon Award, and Nick Jonas is receiving the Hero Award. So it's a really special, beautiful event for everyone.
And Britney Spears, of course, came up through the Disney family as well, so kind of making a full circle there. I mean, that must kind of be such an exciting moment to be a part of this Disney family when you see not only like the generation, the Britney Spears generation, but also the Selena Gomez's and the Zac Efrons that came up from this, from Disney. How does it feel to be a part of that? And I guess when you first started making these movies for Disney, did it hit you, like how much of a role this would play in your career? You
know, I remember the day that I was cast as Evie in Descendants. We all had a feeling that it would change my life, and it really has. I get to live my dreams every single day thanks to Disney Channel and them believing in me. And to be a part of that legacy, everyone from Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Ryan Gosling to Selena Gomez, Demi Lovato, Miley, so many incredible, incredible careers that have come out of Disney, and I feel so lucky and so grateful to be a part of it.
So speaking of the Descendants, anyone who's been on your Instagram account recently knows that you guys are working on the second one, or has it wrapped already?
We wrapped shooting. We actually saw it for the first time this week. And we're so thrilled, and we cannot wait to share Descendants 2 with the world this summer.
So it's such a fun concept. It's the teenage kids of the
Disney
evil
villains.
characters in the Disney films.
Exactly.
So what can we expect more of? What can we expect to be different when it comes out this summer?
You can expect some incredible, incredible music numbers, amazing music, directed by the amazing Kenny Ortega, who directed High School Musical, worked with Michael Jackson. So his vision is just so beautiful. So amazing music, amazing dance numbers, and a beautiful storyline about 4 kids who came from the wrong part of town, and teach us all that the most beautiful thing in life is to accept who you are and where you come from, no matter what.
And you have really blue hair.
I have very blue hair, which I miss all the time. I have separation anxiety from my blue wig. So Evie and Mal, we both have blue hair and purple hair because our costumes.
You could always make a birthday appointment,
right?
Get some blue hair.
Could you imagine? I'm going to switch it up today.
I wonder how many little girls out there now are like begging their moms for blue hair.
It's the sweetest thing. Sometimes they come up with like a blue extension, and it's the most amazing feeling to see that.
So you are a triple threat, as we say, with acting, singing, and dancing, which you can see in not only the movies that you do, but your music videos as well. You're also a singer. And you have a new single that's out that I was telling her before we started I've had in my head all
which
morning.
I love hearing.
But tell us a little more about the role of music in your life and how you fit that in also.
Absolutely. So I fell in love with music when I was a little girl, and I feel so lucky that I get to share my music with the world. It's been a year since my first single was released, and I released my second single a few months ago, Back to Beautiful. I got to work with incredible producers, Stargate, who work with Rihanna, Beyonce, and then Alan Walker, who's an incredible DJ. So I've got to actually tour with him, been to different cities around the world, perform in front of 100,000 people, which has been such a dream of mine. So it's been really surreal to be able to do both, to have a career in film and have a career in music as well, and to be a part of films like Descendants that incorporate music and acting and dance.
And so, Back to Beautiful, your new song.
Yes.
I mean, some of the lyrics talk about like judgment and feelings of, you know, people really picking on each other.
Yeah.
Was that something, a message that you really wanted to speak about, or something that you experienced in your own life?
Absolutely. You know, growing up, when I dreamt of the day that I was lucky enough to share my music with the world, I always wanted to be able to tell a meaningful story, to say something to, if I ever had people who wanted to listen. And this song defines beauty not as something physical, not as what we see in the mirror, but who we are in our hearts and in our minds, is a state of being almost, and not judging who we are, where we come from, and just loving ourselves and knowing that each of us are beautiful on the inside first and foremost.
And so you started out very young with your career. How did you develop these skills at such a young age? And especially if you're like, I'm not going to just focus on acting. I'm going to do all three of these things. What was your training like when you were younger?
If you ask my parents, they'll tell you that I was singing and dancing before I was walking and talking. So I don't remember a time in my life where I didn't love performing. It was always kind of part of who I was, and I was lucky to have parents who believed in me and who kind of gave me the wings to pursue my dreams. And I'm just very lucky. I prepared my whole life in dance lessons, singing lessons, and when I was 18 is when I moved to Los Angeles from Miami to pursue this seriously and start auditioning, etc.
And you're a bilingual performer as well, is
yes,
that correct?
Yes, so I speak English and Spanish and some French as well.
Oh, nice. And so how do you feel with performing in English or Spanish? Like, is it a different experience for you?
It really is. It depends on, I feel like every language is a different feeling. Sometimes in Spanish it's like a more romantic language. So it depends, but both are great.
Great. And so let's talk finally about, because all of this wasn't enough, you've also been getting noticed a lot recently for your fashion.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Vogue took notice as well, you at Paris Fashion Week.
When I saw that article, I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know, I can go to heaven now. That was
You're like, I've actually made it.
Yes, I was like, Mom, I made it.
So I don't imagine that Paris Fashion Week was part of like your publicity tour or anything. So why did you want to do that? And what do you think caused such a stir with everyone?
I've always loved fashion. Growing up, I would be in my mom's closet trying on her shoes and her necklaces. I've always loved playing dress up, and I feel like fashion is such a beautiful way for us to express who we are. And I was always very clear at a young age that I wanted fashion to be a big part of my career. And we took the leap, and the team thought that Paris Fashion Week would be a great step. And I had been dying to go to Paris Fashion Week since I was a little girl. So we went, and it was so surreal to be at those shows, to meet designers that I've grown up adoring. And I just feel so grateful that Vogue took notice. You know, I've always been really attracted to style that's just very classic and timeless, but still very feminine and true to who you are. And I just try to be me every time I step outside, and to be noticed like that, it means a lot.
What is it about runway shows that you really like, and were there any particular shows there in Paris that you...
The first show I went to was Mugler by David Coma, who is one of my favorite designers of all time, and his clothing is very structured and symmetrical, but still really feminine, and I love that so much. And Jean-Baptiste Valli was just a dream. It was so ethereal and so beautiful, and to get to meet both of them was surreal.
Well, you've got so many young fans, some of whom are the sons and daughters of people here in the office, so we're so excited you were coming. Do you have any advice maybe for little boys or girls who want to get into acting?
Absolutely.
And singing?
You know, I think it all starts with a dream, and you just have to believe in yourself, fight for your dreams, and never ever give up. And, you know, everything in life comes with a lot of hard work and preparation. So just to prepare, dream, and believe in yourself. And, you know, this business has a lot of closed doors and a lot of auditions, but you can just never stop fighting for your dreams, and it'll come true.
right. Well, thank you so much, Sophia.
And go to school. I'm going to college as well, so I think education is so important. UCLA.
Oh, wow. Because you don't have enough going on. You're going to fit in a college education.
It might take a few years to graduate, but we're there, 9 classes away.
You're making all of us feel a little bit behind.
Thank you.
But thank you, Sophia, for taking time on your birthday to come out here. And as we said, you can catch her as one of the hosts of the Radio Disney Music Awards.
Yes.
That airs on April 30th on the Disney Channel. And also the Descendants, too, coming out this summer. So watch out for that as well. Thanks so much to you. Thank you for watching here on ABC News Digital. Stay tuned. We have